I checked the numbers Sunday evening. Indiana State Police had responded to 363 crashes across the state since Saturday. That is what troopers said as of Sunday evening. 363 crashes. And the storm was not even done yet. By the time everything was over, 828 crashes statewide. Over 500 slide-offs. More than 1,000 motorist assists, that is, people stuck in snow or broken down on the side of the road. But here is the thing that really got people's attention. On Saturday, within an hour, 2 Indiana State Police cruisers were struck on Interstate 94. 2 different crashes, 2 different troopers, same stretch of highway. The first one happened in Chesterton, late morning. An SUV slammed into a trooper's vehicle. And here's the part that made everyone's jaw drop. The driver had cruise control set at 70 miles per hour on snow-covered roads, with ice underneath. Cruise control at 70 in a winter storm. The trooper was transported to a hospital with injuries. They were not life-threatening, but still. The trooper was just doing his job and was struck because someone thought cruise control was a good idea on ice. Less than an hour later, it happened again, this time near the Ripley Street exit in Lake Station. Another Indiana State Police cruiser. Another crash. Another trooper said, "Are you kidding me right now?" Indiana State Police posted on social media, and you could feel the frustration. They said they were literally speechless and very frustrated. For the second time today, and within an hour of their last trooper getting hit, it has happened again. They were not subtle about it. Apparently, the words "slow down" are being ignored. State police noted something interesting. They believed the drivers were coming from Illinois, where snow was not falling yet. People crossed into Indiana, hit the snow, did not adjust their speed, and plowed into police cruisers. The winter storm hit Indiana Saturday evening, and it just didn't stop. Heavy snow. Some areas got 13 to 14 inches. Columbus, Indiana reported 13.5 inches. Indianapolis received 11 inches. Fort Wayne set a record, with 8.7 inches on Sunday alone. Governor Mike Braun declared a state of emergency on Saturday. He got federal approval from FEMA. He activated nearly 300 members of the Indiana National Guard, and the declaration created 24 highway assistance teams. The Indiana Department of Transportation deployed more than 800 plow trucks statewide. This was a full call-out. Every available plow and every available driver worked around the clock. But plows can only do so much when snow is falling faster than they can clear it. By Sunday evening, 363 crashes were spread across the entire state. Indianapolis District alone had 129 crashes by Monday, with 14 involving injuries. That is just one district, and that does not count what happened in the rest of Indiana. And people kept driving. That is the thing. Marion County went to a travel warning, the highest level of emergency travel restrictions. That means travel was restricted to emergency workers only. Everyone else should stay home. But people still drove. Sunday afternoon on Interstate 70 near Plainfield, a trooper positioned his cruiser behind a stuck vehicle that was sitting perpendicular to traffic. He was helping a stranded family, acting as a shield. Then a semi, traveling too fast for conditions, sideswiped the patrol car. Seconds later, another semi, also going too fast, slammed squarely into the rear of the cruiser. 2 semis, 2 hits, 1 destroyed police car. Indiana State Police Sergeant John Perrine posted photos of the mangled vehicle on Facebook. He said that if he wasn't there, the semis would have hit the family. The crashes just kept coming. By Tuesday morning, the Indianapolis District alone had responded to 264 crashes, with 33 injuries. There were 158 slide-offs and 529 motorist assists. State police kept saying a significant number of the crashes were preventable. Drivers were going too fast, failing to adjust for conditions, and assuming four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive would save them. Lieutenant Lance Weems from the Indiana State Police Lowell Post said it straight. These crashes were preventable. Troopers were writing tickets at crash scenes, not just for driving too fast, but for driving at speeds completely inappropriate for the weather. Schools shut down across Indiana, hundreds of them. On Monday, over 350 organizations announced closures. Schools, churches, government offices, businesses. Some switched to e-learning and virtual classes, but that meant kids at home while parents tried to figure out if they had to go to work. All Indiana BMV branches were closed. Monday, Marion County government offices closed. Indianapolis Police District headquarters closed to the public, though officers still responded to emergencies. And it was not just the snow. Temperatures dropped hard. Wind chills hit 20 degrees below zero in northern Indiana. There were extreme cold warnings, cold weather advisories, and a real risk of frostbite. Indianapolis EMS said that the weekend was their fourth busiest day on record for cold-related emergencies. Fourth busiest ever. On Tuesday, a fatality was reported when a motorist was found dead along Interstate 94 in LaPorte County. The vehicle was about 100 yards off the highway. The deceased was identified as Gilbert Rivera, 31, from Elgin, Illinois. He had recently moved to Lake County. An autopsy was scheduled for Thursday morning. State police call list for the area, which was not even complete yet, included 180 property damage crashes, 30 personal injury crashes, 55 slide-offs, 106 motorist assists, 65 interstate checks, and 10 traffic hazards. Those 180 property damage crashes in a single area meant cars hitting each other, hitting guardrails, and hitting snowbanks. Metal crunching, insurance claims piling up. People were stuck on the side of frozen highways, waiting for help. The National Guard teams conducted 192 engagements with motorists. They assisted 87 vehicles, and they transported 16 stranded people to safety. The Guard was on the move. 16 people could not get themselves out. They were stuck, waiting, hoping someone would show up before they froze. Power outages hit too. About 7,167 customers on Indianapolis' southeast side lost power Monday morning. Indiana's electric grid operator declared a conservation alert, asking people to conserve energy and to prepare for possible planned outages. Because when it is 20 below with wind chill and everyone is cranking heat, the grid gets stressed. Interstate 70, westbound at Interstate 465 on the east side, was completely shut down Tuesday morning. Multiple crashes and ice forced all traffic to be diverted. The road was shut down. Indiana State Police Sergeant John Perrine posted a video Tuesday morning of himself slipping and falling on ice. His caption said, "Technique was on point, just barely missed the dismount. He was making a point. Even someone who works this every day, who knows how bad the ice is, slipped and fell." Now imagine drivers going 70 miles per hour thinking they are fine. Interstate ramps were the worst. Tuesday morning, the Indiana State Police said ramps in the Indianapolis district were mostly ice-covered. Off-ramps from Interstate 65 were described as frosted launch pads. Semis could not make it up the inclines, just spinning, stuck. The Whitestown Fire Department warned, "Do not let that fool you. The ice is still out there plotting, and that is accurate." Main roads looked better by Tuesday. Plows had been working, but the ice was still there. Black ice on bridges, ice on ramps, ice in shaded areas. Roads that looked fine would catch you. You would hit a patch and suddenly you are sliding, no control, just along for the ride. By the time Indiana wrapped up its response Wednesday, the numbers were final: 828 crashes, nearly 4,000 calls for service, over 500 slide-offs, more than 1,000 motorist assists. Those are just the crashes the state police responded to. It does not count what local departments handled. It does not count the fender benders in parking lots, or the cars that slid into ditches and got pulled out by neighbors. The real number is probably double that. And it all started Saturday with 2 troopers getting hit on Interstate 94 within an hour of each other. Both were preventable. Both because drivers did not slow down. Indiana does not get storms like this every year. Some years, they barely get snow. So when a big one hits, people are not ready. They do not know how to drive in it. They think their vehicle will handle it. And then, 828 crashes later, everyone is reminded why slowdown is not just a suggestion. 2 Indiana State Police cruisers were struck. 2 troopers were injured. 1 cruiser was destroyed trying to protect a family. And 828 crashes across the state. That is Indiana in a winter storm. That is what happens when snow meets unpreparedness and people who think they will be fine. 363 crashes by Sunday evening, 828 by the end, and next winter, probably the same thing.